What's up, Niner fam? My name is JT Magnum, and welcome back to Niner News. We're going to talk about the defensive ends, defensive tackles now that the 49ers have, that I think they need for draft needs. This is one of the big areas last year where the 49ers thought they were deep at the position, but then lost a few players, and then all of a sudden they became not so deep at that position. But they do have Tony Girard-Eddie. They signed him back. They have Ian Williams coming back. Ian Williams had a stellar year at defensive tackle, but he's hurt. We're not sure how long he's going to be able to play the first amount of weeks of the season. He got hurt again and didn't disclose it, so now he's on like a 1-year contract. Ugly situation, but hopefully he comes back healthy and ready to play. Eric Armstead, the promising rookie, he's going to be able to come back. He's going to probably start now. He finished off the season very highly rated. A lot of people don't even understand that, but he was actually highly rated for the amount of snaps that he got. He was one of the most productive rookies there was for the snaps that he did get. It's just a shame the 49ers didn't play him earlier. Quentin Dial, who's another guy has come on very strong for the 49ers. And Glenn Dorsey coming back from injury. So those are the linemen we got. I think the Niners need to add one more. I think one more would really help on the defensive line, whether it be maybe two at the most, like a tackle and a defensive end, to help for some depth and some pass rush and some more depth. And I'll get right into the guys. The first one is at the number 7 position that the 49ers are. We don't know if they're going to trade back, they're going to go forward, or what they're going to do. But DeForest Buckner, if he's there, first round, he's going to definitely be a first round pick. 6'7", 290 pounds. He's arguably the best defensive tackle or defensive end in the draft. Ran a 4.87. Massive framed defensive nightmare. The guy is just unblockable. He can overpower you. He can bull rush you. He can get around you. The guy is he's ridiculous. He's got an extremely fast first step. Can play in 4-3 or 3-4 defense. Best suited for the 3-4 from what I hear. Crazy long wingspan, can jump block passes at 6'7" and be able to have a long wingspan, can actually probably block kicks a la Kalai Campbell from Arizona, who blocks a lot of kicks and things like that. He's just one of those guys that's going to be a force at the line of scrimmage, can stuff the run, and that's the kind of guy you want as a defensive end, defensive tackle in that 3-4 scheme that the 49ers run. So he's a guy I like a lot, but I don't think we're going to get him technically, because I think either he won't fall or the Niners will trade back, or maybe they're going to get a quarterback. I'm not sure. Maybe they're going to go after somebody else in the second or third round. And let's get into a guy that maybe could possibly slip to the second round, that maybe possibly the 49ers can get, and that's Robert Nkemdiche. He is my favorite by far. I mean, I love DeForest Buckner. I think he's great. He's my number 2 guy. But my number 1 guy right now is Robert Nkemdiche from Ole Miss, 6'3", 294 pounds. The guy is a beast. He's another beast. He's just one of those guys that's completely disruptive in the backfield, can stuff the run, shoots the gap well, takes great angles, can get to the quarterback. Just a phenomenal athlete, built like a tank. Another guy that's built like that. Problem is, he has off-the-field problems. And when you talk about the 49ers, you don't want off-the-field problems, but you're hoping this guy who said he's done, he's set himself straight or whatever, you want him to, and my cat's bugging me right now, hitting me, he wants attention, but you want a guy like that, but he did have a problem. I think he fell out of a 4-story window, hotel window, or a 4-story balcony or something like that, and lived. I don't know how he lived, thank God. He must be because he's huge, but he lived. Had problems with drinking and marijuana, I guess, and hopefully, you hope a guy like that has got his problems underway. He's good to go now, but that's a guy that if you draft him, he's going to be a steal in the second round. I mean, a complete steal, because he's supposed to go first round, but because of his off-the-field problems, he's going to drop to the second. So we'll see what happens. But another guy I want to talk about, Antoine Woods. He's a 5th to 6th round pick. This is a guy you can get late out of USC. Absolute run stuffer, 6 foot, 318 pounds, has a low center of gravity, plays very low, can get low enough to be able to stuff those centers, those guards, to be able to, to penetrate, to be able to stuff that run. And that's the kind of guy you want. You want that kind of a nose tackle, and he can play the 3-4. He will fit in the 3-4 defense perfectly. He can probably plug him right in and have him, play for Ian Williams when Ian Williams is out. He's just one of those guys that just can play. Still a little bit, tiny bit raw, but with good coaching, he can excel, especially at stuff in the run, like I said. Fourth guy, DJ Reader. He's another guy who's very underrated. Just a straight run plugger is what a lot of scouts are saying. 6'3", 327 pounds. Another tall guy. Another tall guy to be able to, get his hands up, stop some passes. He carries his weight well. Apparently, he's 327 pounds is a lot of pounds, and he apparently, he's pretty lean for a defensive tackle and carries it well. Another one. Can be disruptive against the run, completely disruptive against the run. The thing about him, the knock on him is he doesn't apply himself. He lacks focus sometimes, so he's not there. Doesn't make plays because of that. And he's extremely strong, but he doesn't use his strength to his ability all the time. So those are things that can be coachable, hopefully, if he's receptive to coaching, and those are kind of things. But in the fourth round, I mean, you can't ask for nothing more. You're getting a nice run stuff for late round. So, and the last guy is Sheldon. He's 6'1", 293 pounds out of Notre Dame. He's a guy that could probably play defensive end. Nothing but motor. The guy can play defensive tackle as well if you need him to play inside. But to me, when I saw him, he reminded me of Michael Bennett from the Seahawks. And if you know him, he is extremely disruptive and extremely explosive off the line of scrimmage, off the snap. He does get a lot of offsides because of that, but this guy doesn't stop. He just never stops. As soon as the ball snapped, he just comes at you with all he's got, and you want guys like that on your team. That's a Michael Bennett type. You want a guy that gives it his all on every play, never takes breaks, just relentless to the ball, and those are the kind of playmakers you want on defense, and that's the kind of guy Sheldon Day is. And in the fourth round, if he's there, I think the 49ers should try to take him, especially if he's around, that early fourth round, because they have a fourth round compensatory pick, I believe, so they can use that on somebody else later, but maybe an offensive lineman or something. But get him if he's available. He's a great defensive end / defensive tackle, and he's the guy I really like a lot, along with Nkemdiche. And I don't know if we miss out on Nkemdiche, Sheldon Day is a guy that I really like later on in the fourth. So that does it for my defensive ends / defensive tackles. If I didn't mention somebody you didn't like, I didn't put guys that are like linebackers in here, linebacker size. You got to remember the 49ers play at 3-4. So guys that are like over 280, 290 pounds are defensive ends, and guys that are like 300 plus are going to play defensive tackle unless they can be able to play that kind of technique inside. So those are the kind of guys I put in here for defensive ends, defensive tackles. If you liked anybody like that in any round or whatever that I didn't mention, let me know in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about my picks. All right, so moving on, the next one will be, I believe, linebackers. That's another need for the 49ers, so we'll see about that. But like I said, leave a comment. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, and peace out. JT Magnum out. Peace.